Blizzard is in a rough spot. Among all the controversies and scandals, more bad news has arrived. In a recent earnings report, Blizzard announced that their big titles, Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, have been delayed. The delay adds to the already grim state of Overwatch and Blizzard in general. While fans of other Blizzard titles may be feeling a sense of deja vu, new fans of Overwatch may be surprised by where things have gone. Even the Overwatch League pros are tired of waiting, with the option of switching over to Valorant becoming more enticing by the moment. So what's going to happen to the Overwatch League? What exactly are the problems at hand? As of right now, the plan is still for the next season of the Overwatch League to be played in Overwatch 2. But in the wake of these new delays, how is that going to work? While the league has confirmed that it still plans on having the next season of the Overwatch League run on an early build of Overwatch 2, it presents many problems surrounding the experience of professional players with the game. For starters, while it's great that the pros will be able to play on an early build considering the drastic changes Overwatch 2 will bring, how are they going to be able to put their best foots forward? How are they going to get meaningful practice outside of game days? Will they have to play custom games with as many changes modded in as possible, like the Paris Eternal tryouts? And even if teams are able to scrim on the same build, the lack of a playable competitive game mode against other high-ranking players in the community will make it difficult for the players to get in serious practice before game days. There isn't much time for organizations to build their roster as well. There is a deadline of January 3rd, 2022, stating that all teams must have a minimum of 5 players before the window closes, and another player by March 1st. Overwatch 2 is still Overwatch, and most of the pros from Overwatch 1 are going to have no problem transferring over to Overwatch 2. But leaving the community without a build of the game makes it difficult for teams to make solid decisions. After all, pros have only been able to play on the official Overwatch 2 build during the OWL 2021 playoffs in Hawaii. Since then, many things have happened to the company, and most of them haven't been so good. Keep in mind that to even get in and franchise for the OWL, teams needed to invest $20 million to secure a spot, and future expansion teams invested even more. Even if teams are able to scrim on the workshop build while we wait for more news on Overwatch 2, the lack of playable competitive game modes against other high-ranking players in the community will make it difficult for players to get any meaningful practice before game days. Blizzard's intention of changing up and reworking every hero in the game to fit the 5v5 format is a huge undertaking. Given their balancing history with Overwatch alone, it's not hard to imagine that the meta will be absolutely broken within a few days of the pros getting their hands on the game. If something like GOATS is discovered, and every team starts running the exact same comp, it's not going to bode well for the future of the game. While the return of some former personnel to the team instills some confidence in what the next season of the Overwatch League might look like, everything will depend on how the first few weeks of competition plays out. Although the league is doing its best to make sure that top pros are able to play Overwatch 2 for the next season, whether contenders will be played on Overwatch 1 or 2 is still up in the air. Considering the OWL's treatment of contenders as a secondary concern, it doesn't come as a huge surprise that they're being left out of the loop. Still, it would be a huge hit to contenders if they were forced to continue to play on the current iteration of Overwatch while pros are able to play on an early build of Overwatch 2. Namely, it will disincentivize teams from calling up players from contenders, as it might take too much time for them to get accustomed to a new game. Might as well stick with the roster you've got if they're the only people who have access to Overwatch 2. Even if all competitive play will be on an early build of Overwatch 2, it begs the question, will the community be excited to watch? At the end of the day, while esports competitions like the Overwatch League are meant to showcase the best players in the world competing, it's also to showcase and promote the game. After watching a good game of Overwatch, I'm sure most of us just want to hop into a game and start playing for ourselves. Unfortunately, what good is promoting a game that the rest of the community won't even be able to play?
Was hoping to get some work done,
dude.
but you're dealing with the stone cold killer Violet. He gets
Same
rid of
game.
both the enemy DPS.
Finally, let's talk about Blizzard and Overwatch 2 itself. For many in the community, Overwatch 2 probably shouldn't even happen. At its core, the game is a glorified expansion pack which promises to bring new and exciting PvE content. But at its heart, Overwatch is a PvP game, and that part of the game is suffering due to the desire for a completely new game from Blizzard, and their desire to change up the PvP element of the game as well.
This is what makes me mad. Do you see how easy it is for this game to just, like, it's so easy to pump some life into this game. Why have they abandoned it? Isn't that crazy? And they're leaving it to die for Overwatch 2.
From the departure of Jeff Kaplan to the overall lack of communication through official posts and developer updates, all the events leading up to the game's recent delay adds to a long list of issues facing the game and its development. To soothe many of these concerns in the meantime, Blizzard needs to start communicating more with the community about the state of the game. While we don't expect an exact release date, simply confirming that the release date isn't in 2023 is pretty weak. The community has been left in the dark for a long time, and no one knows what the state of the game actually is. Something as simple as letting us know what's causing the delays would make a lot of people happy. The next step would to be release a development roadmap to let the community know when to expect things like public beta testing or when a new trailer is going to release. If nothing else, even if they show an unfinished or unpolished product, it'll do something to calm the community since they'll know that progress is being made and that they're being cared about. That's what made the show match, displaying the progress of the game during the finals, so much fun to watch. When Kaplan left the company and Aaron Keller was named his replacement for the Overwatch team, he promised the community more frequent updates on the progress of Overwatch 2. Well, now more than ever, it's time to follow through with that promise and show the community more. Because at this point, the Overwatch League is on borrowed time, and things are continuing to look worse and worse. What features do you want to see added to the game that could make it even better than the original? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This video is made possible thanks to our wonderful patrons. Massive thank you to everyone on this list, and shout out to Jason, B, Brendan, QB, Foxy, Mauve, Sierra, Shampoo, Weeaboo, and Spartacus for being platinum supporters, and an extra special shout out to Steven, Noodles, and Marco for being diamond supporters. Thank you all, and happy holidays. Be sure to check us out on Instagram, link in the description. If you want to support our channel and get info on unreleased videos, check out our Patreon. If you want to help us out in a different way, leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell to stay up to date is also appreciated. My name is Jonah, thanks for watching.